Watch this video if you want to grow your graphic design business in 2025. This video is for beginners. I'm going to assume that you know how to use the software. However, if you don't, you can still watch this video. Just go learn how to use the software later. Number one, you need to showcase your work. If you're not showcasing your work, people are just going to have to go by word of mouth. And obviously your business is very visual. A picture speaks 1,000 words. A website, I would recommend using an easy to build website template, Elementor or the Divi Builder. And with those, you can easily use drag and drop software to build something beautiful and be able to send that link to anybody who wants to work with you. Of course, you can use social media. You can use your Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, any of those. Also use your social media to showcase your work. Many times, this can be seen as a bit more beginner or not as professional way. But then again, there are designers who only show their work on these platforms, so take from that what you will. If you're not trying to build a website at this time, even something as creating a PDF of some sort, I don't care if you make it on a Google Docs or if you make it on a really complex, beautiful PDF. Either way, people just need to see your work. Try to make sure it looks professional and put together, but it doesn't need to be crazy design the whole thing because your work is really what you want it to speak for right now. We'll talk about making your presentations better later. For this purpose, we just want to be able to see your work in a really, really organized and beautiful way. If you want to up-level it, you can write a little case study about each project that you did. And a little case study, what did the client want? What did you produce? You want to say all the good things that happened and talk about all the client successes. And then you'll have a really nice portfolio sort of piece. You could also just put it on a Word doc. Do what you need to do here. Showcase your work, organized, have all the work that you're proud of in one spot. The next step of growing or building your graphic design business is your own circle. You might be thinking, I don't necessarily hang out with big business owners, or I don't usually hang out with people who work in a certain industry if you want to start doing design in a certain industry or what have you. Everybody knows somebody. Networking is the best thing you can do, and start with your own inner circle. So you're going to take that website or PDF or your social media link, whatever you decided to put all your work on and make it look nice, and you're going to go through all of the people you know from your own inner circle. And a lot of times when people think inner circle, they just think family and friends, but really think of the people you see every day, people that you're friendly and comfortable enough with to say, oh, hey, how was your weekend? You can try to throw in somewhere that you have a graphic design business. Even more bonus points is if you have emails. So, for example, when I officially stopped working for an employer and started working fully for myself, I went through my entire email list, just talking about people I would email on the regular. The caterer who would cater the office parties that I used to have to coordinate, to the photographer who would do our events, from the security guard who I would chit-chat with outside on a lunch break, everything like that you just happen to have their email. And there's no perfect time to do this, so just do it right away. Get it out of your system. So you're going to write a nice email, use AI if you want to, or write it for yourself. Just make sure it sounds really nice and that it sounds personable and like you. And in the message, you're going to make it sound like yourself, but just say something simple, like, hey, so-and-so, use their name, of course. I hope you're doing well. Maybe include another piece of personal information there. You know, it was great seeing you last Tuesday, or I haven't heard from you in so long, or I heard, so-and-so just had a baby. Just, make sure that it doesn't look like you're just emailing anyone you've ever met. And then say, I don't know if you've realized, but over the past, amount of time, I've been working as a graphic designer. I would love to show you my work. And if there's anyone you know, or you or anyone you know who is looking for a graphic designer, please feel free to reach out. By doing that with a good body of work, you would be surprised by how many customers you can get at the very beginning. These customers, especially considering some might be close friends or family, some might be really, really startup businesses who can't afford a graphic designer, there's probably times you're going to be working for free. I say when you're starting, you need to focus on building your portfolio because you can't really get anywhere without your portfolio being strong. If you do decide to work for free for some people, obviously try not to do that. But if it's a great opportunity that could really build your portfolio, Really make sure you document your process and also talk to the customer and let them know that you would like to use this project for your social media and your portfolio and all of that good stuff. Just really, really use it as a marketing piece. Think about how much these big businesses spend on marketing. So you might be working for free or working for cheap and might not be so happy about that. However, that's kind of the equivalent of you making your commercial, because you can put it in your marketing and your portfolio and then get even more clients from it. So if you do just want to text them, that is another option too. However, I think the email kind of adds a level of professionalism to it and just makes you stand out and show that you put a little bit more time and effort than just sending a text. I know that can be old school, but of course there's so many young, awesome business owners to work with, but there's also still a lot of old school business people too, and those are great customers to have as well. Number 3 is have a process. So my least favorite part of being a graphic designer is quoting jobs. I hate it. It is the worst thing for me. I do not enjoy it. It is just a headache. However, over the years, I have been able to alleviate this process slightly by kind of putting it into a formula. I use a PDF, and in the very beginning of it, just says a little bit about me and what we do. In the middle of it, it says what we're going to do for that particular project and the timeline to expect it on and the duration and all of those kinds of things and the pricing. And then at the end, it has even more case studies. At this point, they've seen our work already, so it doesn't need to be crazy with the case studies and things like that, but it never hurts to have more and more because these people are looking for the quote. If that sounds daunting to you, or if that just sounds like a little too much, then at least have voice made. You can go on to Microsoft Word or Google Docs and just find a generic template. You'll put your own logo where that logo goes and just fill it in. You just want it to look professional. You don't want to be that guy who's texting, hey, I'll do this for $250 or I'll do this for free or I'll do this for $10,000, however much. You don't want to be that guy just texting it and then there's that one text that says everything on it. You want to make sure that when you're doing this project, expectations are set for both you and the client. So you just want to make sure you have in your invoice the price, what they're expecting, when they have to pay it, the terms, all of that fun stuff. So just really have it as clear as you possibly can. I think that states exactly what you're doing. That's not just, hey, I'll do this for $250 and then it's not clear, what are you doing for $250? Do the social media graphics come with the logo or the website? Does that include any edits or, kind of most likely if you do that, yeah, it's faster. However, the client probably won't be so happy because they don't really know what they're expecting. You won't be so happy because the client will be asking you for a lot more than you anticipated on giving, and it's sometimes really hard to say no at the beginning too because you're trying to grow. So all in all, that can just get a bit messy. Some sort of document that says what they're paying, what they're getting, what you're responsible for doing, and deal with that how you can. So at this point, you have your work put in a really nice place and all in one spot on a link or a PDF or social media. You have your client base reached out to. Here's your basic number, inner circle, looking at their inner circle and their inner circles, and it just keeps kind of going from there. Number 3, you figured out how to nicely put everything on a piece of paper that shows how much they'll be paying and what you're doing. And number 4 is really be good at your project management. A lot of beginner graphic designers, they're doing it as a part-time gig, or they don't realize how serious it is, or they're struggling, and a logo might take way longer than it should, or a project just kind of goes way longer than it should. And I think it's so important to give yourself a timeline. Let's say this is a customer that says, I kind of need something 4 to 6 months from now, or I need something in 6 weeks, or whatever the timeline is. A lot of your beginner clients might not be so professional where they say, I need by this date or what have you. It'll be a little bit, this is a side project I'm doing, or this or that. But even if it's a side project to them or not the most important project to them, they still paid you something or are expecting something from you, even if it's a free job, and you need to be able to provide that. So if you do it fast, and I don't mean rush through it, but in a be efficient with your time. If you do it well, then they're going to say, wow, this is awesome. You were so quick to work with, and they're going to be more likely to recommend you to other people. Additionally, if you're slow, then they're going to be more likely to complain to other people about you. Oh man, I'm having so-and-so do my design, and it's just a side project, but it's been 6 months, or they ghosted me. There's so many things that could make someone unhappy, and you're doing this to build your business, not to trash your reputation. Additionally, when you send over a logo, let's say at your first times, it might not go as smooth as you'd like, and that's to be expected. You'll learn, you'll grow. That's a video for another day. But if they get the logo after waiting 6 months or whatever way too long is, and it's awful, they're going to say, wow, I waited all this time and what you produced is nothing like I wanted, and it's hideous and can't even use this and it's horrible. Then you're not going to be in a good situation. Whereas if you build it in a timely manner, and then whether it's a website, logo, brand package, whatever it is, if you send it to them in a timely manner, then they're going to say, oh, this doesn't quite hit the mark. How can we fix this? Or maybe they'll be happy with it right away. You never know. But that timeline is really going to be what makes you stand out. Wow, it was quick. It was efficient. It was great quality. We're really happy. That's what you want people to be saying about you. Don't be that graphic designer who burns people, because you're not going to build a business like that. You'll have a lot of short gigs, and then that won't work out so well for you. So get it out, get it done, get it out of the way, work hard and do it right, and really make sure that you're on top of your project, and make sure your time management's good, make sure the project management is good, make sure when it's time to send the invoices, you send the invoices on time, right when you're supposed to, and then clients will be more likely to pay you on time. So do it right, and then you'll have happy clients, and you'll feel less stressed and so much happier, and you'll be able to collect your payment faster and get your good reviews faster, and everything will be much more copacetic. As Sarah Pia, I have built a graphic design agency over the past 10 years in San Diego. This is how I have built my graphic design agency. Thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe.